picturesque jet sprinting tracks in the world. We've got a lot of information to get through after the information session that Leighton and I have had during the lunch break, and we now go Group B racing. Andrew Craig and Scott the Goo Man. So, Leighton, how was the break for you, mate?
Oh, mate, I think I'm live there again. You I am. Caught up with a lot of teams, a lot of talk about the crosswash water. Oh, very wide there from Scott. But hey, he's recovered. They're all talking about light bulbing it, going a bit wider. The first of the rogue waves are coming down here as you hit the hairpin.
Yeah, look, I got right up on the tyres.
He's riding everything he can. He's grabbed the grass, grabbed the tyres. Really, Scott is trying to put it in. This is where the tricky bit. That's the bit that we saw.
Yeah, look, this is what we've been talking about all day, and that is the news coming out of the pits, of course. Everybody's talking about it, and I tell you, Andrew Craig and Scott Gooman nearly got themselves unstuck there a couple of times in that run, and this is what we were discussing just leading into that run. It is that lunch break. The head gets out of the game. You've got to get the head back in again, and can be quite hard.
Oh, absolutely. It's all about confidence, and what we just saw from Scott there, I mean, is, like I say, the water appears to be very, very buoyant and today, which is unusual for this track. There's three little rollers that are coming through at certain types of the parts of the racetrack, and of course down the finish here, as soon as you come around Sprint Tech Island into Mouthfresh, that is the key one. And as I said to a lot of the drivers, try to go wider. See the big middle of the track, what we call the kidney, as you're coming down. This will be interesting. Richard Curry, had a good chat with him too. He's been really struggling with his revs. His jet unit wasn't going. It's sounding way better. We just tried to change an old set of blades. I know this boat very well. And obviously it's good to hear it sounds like it's singing again.
Yeah, certainly the advice that you've given him. I did have a chat to him, obviously, after you'd spoken to him, and he said, look, Leighton's been down. He knows the boat inside out. He's made a few suggestions. We're going to implement those changes, and I think that the advice that they've taken is turning out to be very good. Have a look at this. The pace is right up, and it doesn't sound like the engine's labouring now.
No, he certainly just did what I told him, which is light bulb down there at the hairpin. You need. Oh no,
the wrong
fatal.
way.
There's that road wave. Every time it unsettles the boat, the guys are forgetting it. He's come back. He's back on.
Yep.
It's going to undo a really good tidy lap he was putting down.
Yeah, look, all of a sudden, I think he sort of found himself in positions on the track. He's been there a bit quicker this run than he has in previous laps, and it's thrown him out a little bit. So the time there was a 40...
Daytime.
Yeah, no, we've got a bit of a miscue on that. 103.63. That came back. Big shout out to Mark Hughes. He's watching on the live stream down there from down the road there, down in the Kapiti Coast.
Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, it'll be a cracker day down there too, because it's an absolute ripper here.
Oh, look, but I tell you, would you rather be at the Kapiti Coast or would you rather be here at the jet sprinting? I know exactly where I'd rather be, right here, right now, because this is going to be a massive afternoon. Don't worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's Craig Shaw and Paul Collier get out for their run. And, Craig, he's just saying we haven't been able to get the head into the game properly. So now is the last chance to dance before the finals. He's going to have to get it right here.
Well, you talked about Kapiti. This man's not far from there. He's from Lower Hutt. So, of course, Craig Shaw, no mug when it comes to jet sprinting. Been around many, many moons. So far, so good. Hopefully he can sort it out down here at the hairpin. Again, choosing to... going very tight. Gets away with it. Background Sprint Tech. Into the Aramex sweeper. Starting to come round. This is the bit that's catching them. A little bit of rough water there. Gets away with it. That's great. He's worked on it and got away with it. MTW Mike's Transport Warehouse. He rips out of there, right down to the finish, and he'll be happy to post it. This is what you need to do in Qual 5.
Yeah, that's a good time there for Craig Shaw, the 57.206. And big shout out to Mike Simonson. He's up there, right up the north there of the land of the Cuzzy Rose. And enjoying the jet sprinting, the live coverage. But how's the crowd here? Ladies and gentlemen, are you having a good day so far? All right, on the count of three, we're going to do that again. Kids, you can lead the charge with as much noise as you can. Are you having a good day?
That's better.
That is awesome. That gets us pumped up. As we see Carl Brentzel now, Hamish Murray in the jet speed hull.
Oh, the team from the deep south. Carl really, grabbing every bit of oil in there, using all the speed, but this is a jet speed hull. Now, I've just been talking to Eric Bryant, who's actually one of the manufacturers of these. He's telling me they've set up a business in the States, Jet Speed Limited, and they're going to be building these boats in America. They're starting, which is great news.
Fantastic. The Kiwi design, they're building the jet units and the pumps over there. So Kiwi designed, US manufactured. That is going to be a game changer for US jet spreading. Don't worry about that. And look, when you have a look at how Carl Brentzel's handling this boat, these boats do handle very, very well indeed.
Yeah, no, he's wise enough. He knows he's down a little bit on horsepower, so he's keeping all the juice down and using the track to try and drive every bit around it. Here he comes.
Yeah, Carl Brentzel then on the hoof with a 56.472, 56.472 there for Carl Brentzel and Hamish Murray.
Top of the post there for the Carl will be pretty happy with that run. So at the moment there's the two Wairarapa flyers to come. Obviously Sam Gray heading off.
While I was having a chat to some of the crew that hang out with down Sam Gray, they said no budget, he's a fisherman. They're going to call it Sam Gray Oceanic bloody whatever, you know. Reckons he's on top of the world. And fair enough, but I said to Sam during the dinner break, or the lunch break there, I said, mate, I tell you, the way you're driving that, I don't think I want to get on your cray boat. We might end up like Gilligan's Island. Let's hope not. He's been utilising every single bit of water that is available, even borrowing some, and that's a good case and a good example wide up there into that right-hander.
Absolutely, he's doing everything right so far. Look at the boat speed he's carrying. It's trimmed up nicely. So far, it's so good. He's setting the way. See how wide he come into the hairpin down here. That was absolutely magic. So the deep end drainage hairpin is going to be in the money corner, but he's just got his money and cashed in. Sam Gray through the rough point. Again,
wow.
No problems.
Yeah, really, just listen to what you said, Leighton. Coming out of PSP, used all the track, came into that flip-flop very wide indeed, and that's to great effect. So Sam Gray across the line with a 54.342, straight to the top of the table for qualifying round number 5, Group B.
Had a good talk with Blake Bryant earlier, just about exactly that, about using all the track and going wide, because it's the little water, the rolling water that's unsettling them, and just got them second guessing. And of course when they're coming at that speed, you've got to use all the water in the track you can. So light bulb the turns.
Yeah, look, it's quite amazing as we now see LJ Hooker and his Bryce and Kylie Barron. Had a chat to these guys, and I think we'll discuss what happened with them during Q1 during this run, after this run. But look, this LJ Hooker machine from the couple down there at Wairarapa, looking the goods at the moment, really starting to come on song. Well, he's had a bit of a look down through that channel, the channel split in the middle. Don't know why he's had a look down there. We don't do any part of that rotation at all.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. His split time's down a little on Sam, and he's bogged down a little bit too at the deep end hairpin. The old hairy pin is really starting to cause a bit of grief. So at the moment, Sam Gray looks to be the man muscling the changes in the Group B. Bryce and Kylie coming round for the final run.
Around PSP for the final time in this run, reverse around to Aramac sweeper and through the line for Bryce and Kylie Barron with a 55.041 into P2. Carl Brentzel in 3, Craig Shaw in 4, Sam Gray leading the charge in Q5. Interesting that they had weed in this particular boat during qualifying 1. They pulled the weed out, and then they felt a vibration when they started it again. They took it off the ramp, pulled it apart, and they found a pair of sunglasses inside the jet unit.
And I believe they were Oakley sunglasses too.
Yeah, so not a bad, well, you know,